You would think by now I would have known how to choose the perfect one. Holding it in my hands, examining it, and slowly squeezing it, I wasn't exactly sure what the guidelines were for picking pears. I looked around for the grocery store clerk who could help. The only people in my path were busy moms rushing to get dinner and two college kids with a cart full of frozen pizza and 6 packs of beer. That's when I saw her. Her eyes what drew me in first. I mean, gentle yet intense. Flawless olive skin, full lips, with dark long hair. Everyone else in the aisle disappeared from my view. All I noticed was her. She wore a mid-length pencil skirt that teased, giving me a sneak preview of her sharply legs. She only had a few items in her cart along with a briefcase. She tossed her hair over her shoulders as we made eye contact. But to my disappointment, she made a sharp turn down the paper and tissue aisle instead of cruising towards me. I had an inkling that she would be headed my way soon, though. So I waited a few minutes while humming along with the Billy Joel song that played softly over the supermarket speakers, still stumped on the pears. Oh man. Then there she was. I have never seen a sharpened card push so seductively. I mean, she forced me to watch. She pushed the cart slowly, stopping and then turning around and reading the ingredients on the bottled salad dressing. Finally, she glanced, at me. I caught a slight grin across her face. She continued to play coy and bag some red, delicious apples and navel oranges. When she was done, she came closer and tried to pass by me in the aisle, but my cart was inconveniently in the way. Coincidence? I wasn't going to let her get away. "Excuse me," she said. Her eyes were large and light brown. Her eye makeup was soft and natural. The deep burgundy of her lips, lightly comfortable on the top of her bright smile, made her mouth inviting. Oh, they matched her wine trench coat perfectly. I smelled the delicate scent of flowers as she came closer. "I'm sorry," I replied, breaking from hypnosis, moving my cart out of the way. "Oh, excuse me, miss. I'm having trouble picking out pears. I can't remember if they should be soft or firm. Do you mind telling me how I can know if it's ripe?" Her drawl had a faint Spanish accent. "Oh, they're tricky because pears ripen from inside out, so you can't tell by just looking at the skin. You move the stem, and if it gives away, then you know it's ripe." She lifted one and examined it. "Ah, see? This one is good." She smiled, looked directly into my eyes. "Nice and firm, but soft on the inside." She tossed her hair up again. Was this woman flirting? I reached for the pears and purposely touched her hand as she passed next to me.